Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn. And today for you, I have a Bjorn's Mighty Thoughts video. If this is the first time you're checking out my YouTube channel, this is mostly where I kind of just pick a subject and decide what I'm going to talk about and talk about it. This is not scripted. This is completely off the cuff. So this is 100% wholeheartedly my opinion and my feelings about the subject. Today's subject is going to be about Marvel's Avengers, and I'm going to talk about the current situation or how I feel about the current situation with Marvel's Avengers. And let's be honest here, where I'm going to go with this is the complete honest and truthful Marvel's Avengers experience. But first, I want to do some shameless plugging here, folks, because I'm really trying to grow as a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber. Tonight, I will be actually doing a stream. And by the way, it will be of Marvel's Avengers. You're going to understand why I'm bringing that up as I go through my video. So please, come on over, check out the stream, sit back, enjoy the conversations, the laughs, etc. Besides, you know, I'm old and shit, and I tend to play games like a donkey. And then, of course, my YouTube channel. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, things of that nature. And finally, there's going to be a disclaimer here before I really dive into the meat and potatoes of the subject. I have paid $80 for this game. I am not going to defend this game. I will not sit here and close my eyes obliviously to the problems with the game. If you have a problem with that, please close the video now. If you are easily offended, please close the video now. Anyway, folks, I'm going to dive into Marvel's Avengers and how I feel about it, and you can sit back and you can enjoy some gameplay footage. And it's just little snippets and clips that I have recorded because I am preparing to do other videos for Marvel's Avengers as well, including an actual review. Right now, I am holding off on the review. And the reason I am holding off on actually doing a real review of Marvel's Avengers is there's already plenty of YouTubers out there, rattling their sabers and bitching about how bad the game is. And come on, let's be honest, the game is actually pretty bad. Now, don't get me wrong, folks, before you get offended, don't get me wrong. The game does have really good graphics. It looks really gorgeous. I think the game sounds really well. And the game I tend to really enjoy playing when it actually works properly and runs properly. I like the feeling of playing Captain America and running around and beating up bad guys and smashing things to bits with the Hulk. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the game. However, I do have many problems with the game, and what I am being offended by is people actually more or less closing their eyes to it and defending the game like it's okay that it's full of bugs, it's okay that it's full of microtransactions, which honestly, seeing the microtransactions and how they're currently working and implemented in the game, it is okay. I'm not rattling my saber anymore about the microtransactions, although I still am a little bit, because let's be honest, the game is a fucking buggy mess, folks. It is a real fucking buggy mess. It's bad. Okay? The game is designed to play with your buddies. And every time I play with a buddy, online, co-op, all I experience is different bugs, glitches, and issues. And I think it's actually a server-side issue. I think it might be a memory leak. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a tech guy. I'm a game guy. I play video games. I enjoy video games. But usually, for the most part, I don't experience too many glitches when I'm playing on my own. It's when I'm playing with other people is when I experience a lot of the glitches and problems with the game, such as sound glitches, game crashes, bad spawns, people falling, enemies falling through walls, characters getting stuck in walls. I could continue. I don't need to, though. We already know the bugs out there, and they are working on it, which is one reason I'm not putting a review out currently of the game. But there's other issues with the game as well. There really is a lack of content to this game. They want a game that you're going to play for 500 plus hours. Now, I already have 70 hours into the game. And let me tell you what, I've seen it all. I've done the campaign. I've done every fucking mission in the game. There is no more content for me to be had, and I'm only 70 hours in. Okay, that's a disappointment itself, considering I have no characters at power level 150, which is the maximum power level currently at the time of this recording. I'm sure within a year or so that's going to change, maybe even sooner. Who knows? I have all 6 of my characters at level 50. I have multiple costumes. I have multiple nameplates that I've earned. I've paid for nothing. So there is that. You know, the microtransactions. I rattled my saber a while ago, and saw what, more or less, I'm still concerned with what microtransactions can become, because understand that a lot of games that came out there and said that they were only going to use microtransactions for cosmetics that had changed within the first 6 months of that game's release. And I'm concerned that's going to be an issue here, as well as the fact that they could take the time to make all these different skins, to make all these different nameplates, emotes, finishing moves, etc. And they got a buggy mess of a game. It'd be one thing if the game ran perfectly great or near perfectly great. Because, come on, let's be honest. No game runs perfectly great. People are right. Every game has bugs. But to sit there and close your eyes and act like this game is acceptable in its current status is stupidity at best. Okay? I've played $20 games, $30 games. I've played $10 games. That was in much better situations than this. I've played $10 games that actually has no bugs in them. Folks, that's a $10 indie title. Okay? That's not a $60 AAA game, which I paid $80. I paid for the deluxe edition, so I could get that 3 days early access. And to be honest, I'm kind of regretting that right now. Because, yeah, I really like the game. I like to play the game. But honestly, I know the developers doesn't want their game compared to Anthem. Crystal Dynamics, if you don't want to be compared to Anthem, don't release fucking Anthem. Because that's what you did. You released a game that you're going to have to grind over and over and over again to get gear. Your gear is shit. Because let's be honest, your gear upgrades, they don't feel like much. Your heroes, they don't feel like much. More often than not, you're on the back foot. Folks, come on. What are we doing here? As I'm had a mess up there. Don't worry about the black screen. Just ignore that. But I mean, Crystal Dynamics, what are you doing? You don't want your game compared to games like Fallout 76. You don't want it compared to Anthem or Destiny 2. Well, actually, I think it's more like Destiny. Then don't release a game like it, because that's what you did. You released a buggy mess full of microtransactions that's nothing but a grind. And if this is gaming in 2020, guys, I'm really concerned. I've already paid for my copy of Mafia Definitive Edition, and I'm really worried about it. I'm actually worried that that game is going to be like this one, that it's going to be a buggy mess. And then, of course, you know, in November, you got Cyberpunk 2077. And even that game I'm concerned with now. And a lot of people tell me, oh, no, it's so-and-so developer, it'll be fine. Well, yeah, I thought the same thing when I saw that the developer for this was Crystal Dynamics. And that the publisher was Square Enix. I remember playing Square Enix games back when the company was Squaresoft. They used to release some of the best games out on the market. What is going on in 2020, folks, that it's okay to release buggy crap? And why is gamers defending games like this? Let me put this into perspective to you. You know, you're going out with this hot girl. She's a 9, she's a 10, whatever. But her personality's shit. You really gonna defend that? You know? And your buddy's asking you, hey, why you with that chick? She's a nutcase. She's a bitch. Well, I don't know, man. She's real pretty and all. That's only gonna get you so far, guys. It's only gonna get you so far. But anyway, I know I generally sound negative about the game. There is a lot to complain about, especially when you're paying, good hard-earned money for a game like this. And that's the equation, folks. If you're spending good hard-earned money, which it's funny because I actually did see developers out there that gave the game a positive review. A positive review on this game? Guys, the one night I was streaming this, in a 2.5-hour period, I had 4 game crashes. And no reasons for it. I got no reasons for these game crashes. Even from the crash handler. So, how? Why? It's not my computer. My computer's way more than this game needs. And I'm not sure if it's just a developer or if it's just a PC issue, because it's definitely a console port. It's another one of those. Yay, it's a console port. And I do see people out there that are like, oh, well, the game's not as bad as people are making it out to be. The question for you guys is, how much are you playing online with buddies and how much are you playing in single player? Because I will admit, when I am playing single player, even if I'm doing the Avengers initiative, I do generally have a great time and have fun and don't have a lot of bugs. But online, it's a completely different story. It's just a fucking mess. And there is bugs there that generally can be overlooked. Like there is a sound glitch in the game, I noticed. Okay, whatever, I can, that's a nuisance. I can overlook that. I can quickly restart my game, return to main menu, go back in the game, and it fixes that glitch. But last night, during my stream, I was trying to do a challenge where I have to, with the Hulk, I needed to take out 3 Dreadbots with takedowns. I did it, and it didn't count. Because somehow I lost connection to the Square Enix servers, and it didn't count towards my challenge card. That's not game breaking, but Jesus Christ, that's shit. That's all I got to say. It's shit. And let alone I've gotten stuck in walls. And when you get stuck in a wall, I don't care. That's game breaking. And it's happened more than once. It's happened multiple times. And it's happened during streams. And it's happened while off a stream. Of course, the game crashes are obviously game-breaking. Nothing like being in the middle of a stage, getting ready to finish up an objective, and suddenly the game just crashes, and you don't get a crash error on why the game even crashed. So there's no bug to report, which that's a part of a problem in itself. The crash handler is not telling you what the hell the problem is, why your game crashed. So you can't report the bug because there's nothing to fucking report. But anyway, folks, what I'm going to say is once again, I'm going to say the game is a lot of fun when it works properly. If it works properly, I think is the better term here. But if you're on the fence about this game and you're seeing a lot of negative reviews, I would say hold on to your wallet. Come back 3 to 6 months and see what changes, because they are working on the bugs. And I do appreciate the fact that they're working on the bugs. I wish there was a bit more information out there about it, and that they were more forthcoming with information about the different kinds of bugs and what they're doing to fix the bugs. It's nothing like getting a patch and then actually getting your patch notes a few days later, which that's already happened for the PC market. It seems like they're more worried about the consoles than the PCs. So, the PC Master Race, yeah, congratulations, guys, we get screwed. or at least that's what it seems like. We're getting screwed out of this. Or maybe it was just bad timing, and they just, you know, because the patch was on the I'm talking about was on a Friday, which was V12.11. It was on a Friday. Maybe they just didn't get the patch notes out in a timely manner before the weekend, because it was actually a holiday weekend that the patch was being released. So not sure why, more or less, it was so slow getting the patch notes. And the patch notes are out there now for that patch. I do appreciate that fact, but they need to be a little bit more forthcoming, and they need to be a little bit better on getting those notes out there and getting people seeing those notes, getting the patch notes posted on their Twitter, on their Discord, on their website, because it sucks when you're getting your information a few days after the afterhand, as an afterthought. But like I said, guys, if you're on the fence and you're thinking about buying this game right now, don't buy this game. Stay away from this game, and just keep an eye on things. Give it 6 months. Give it a year. Catch it when it's on sale, because it is a fun game to play. It looks great. It sounds great, but it's full of bugs. Give it time. So anyway, folks, that's going to be the end of the video. And what I have to say is Marvel's Avengers. It could have been great, but it turned out to be... Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I will be streaming tonight, so please feel free to come jump in my stream and join me. And have yourself a wonderful weekend.